Soon after you're admitted to UBC, you hear from them regarding course registration. They send you an email specifying your specific date and time for registration. But past that, you're mostly on your own. And in this video, I cover what you should know about course registration and how you should go about it. First, let's talk about the how part. So how do you go about registering for your courses? This happens on the Student Service Center or the SSC, and thankfully UBC has a very thorough video where they share their screen and tell you which button to click, how to navigate the toolbox, and this video is all you need to understand how to navigate the Student Service Center, and it's linked in the description box. Now let's talk about how to approach course registration. I have 5 tips for you, and these tips will help you make a killer timetable that sets you up for success at the university. Number 1, understand your degree requirements. Now, it doesn't matter whether or not you have already decided on a major or you haven't. Every degree, a degree as in a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science, has its own requirements. So it's a good idea to start taking these and start fulfilling these requirements in your first year, because oftentimes you won't be able to declare a major without having fulfilled these, or you won't be able to take higher level courses without having crossed them off your list. In order to find out your degree requirements, you can simply Google UBC Vancouver, UBCO 𝐭𝐤𝐦𝐻 Bachelor of Arts degree requirements. Number 2, align your timetable with the way you function. So for example, if you're a morning person, it might be a good idea to take morning classes, but if you're not, it's probably for the best that you don't take morning classes. Now remember that almost all courses are offered every year. Some courses are also offered both semesters, so take advantage of that. This applies to your course load as well. Don't feel pressurized to take a certain number of courses. Align your course load with your lifestyle and your commitments. If you're working 2 part-time jobs, it might not be the best idea to take 6 courses along with that. If you're struggling academically, if your well-being is compromised, if you're experiencing a cultural shock, it may be worthwhile to take a less number of courses so that you can focus on your physical and mental well-being. And to tie it all together, I encourage you to go see an academic advisor in the first week of university. An academic advisor is just going to sit down with you and have a look at your course load and your courses. So when they do so, they make sure that you're meeting all the requirements, and you can ask them questions about how the timeline is going to look like, when you're going to graduate, if you keep taking courses at XY speed. And it really gives you a good sense of where you're at and what you need to do in order to achieve your goals. In the description box, I will have some links that you can use to access academic advising at each campus. Number 3, experiment. There are so many courses that are offered at the University of British Columbia, and you have to take advantage of all of these options. A good idea is to spend a decent amount of time on the course registration page, just going through the names of the courses, the names of the subjects, the names of the degrees that are offered on either campus. Be open-minded while you do so. I had never studied philosophy. I had never even heard much about philosophy before I started university, and now it's a big part of my major. So leave a little room for experimentation. You never know, you might discover a new passion. It's easy to experiment too because of the add and drop deadline. So the add and drop deadline is the deadline of adding new courses to your timetable or dropping existing ones from your timetable. And it's usually at the 2nd week of a semester. So for 2 weeks, you have complete liberty to add or drop any of your courses. So you don't have to pay the tuition up until then, and even if you've already paid the tuition, if you drop a course, it gets refunded back completely. So there's really no pressure. Number 4, STraTeGiZE, and this is the most important thing you can do that sets you up for academic success. After my first semester, it was pretty clear to me that economics was a challenging subject for me, whereas philosophy came naturally to me. So every consecutive semester, I ensured that I never took 2 econ courses in the same semester. I would fill it up with an elective, I would fill it up with political science courses, so that I had enough space and time and energy to focus on that one econ course that I had every semester. Now, your strengths and weaknesses could be different than mine, but keep that in mind when you make your timetable. If you're not good in biology, it's probably not the best idea to take 3 biology courses in the same semester. And also, if you're good at something, let's say if you're good at political science, it's also not the best idea to take 2 political science courses in the same semester. You can spread it out to ensure that every semester you're hitting a certain average. If you keep your strengths and weaknesses in mind when you're deciding on what courses to register for, it will really help your GPA in the long run. Number 5, keep 3 things in mind. 1, the add and drop deadline. 2, the tuition deadline. And 3, the fact that you're supposed to register for the entire year together. In July and August, you register for your courses from September up until April of the following year. If you have any questions, feel free to use the comment section for that, and I'll see you in my next video.